Go7, 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 Go7. Go7, 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 Go7. Go7, king of the game. I believe in you, that's what he'll say. Nice and kind, leading cobalt ice. He's a blue, cute, and deadly little guy. Seeing through the fog, old gods he's slain. Go7, 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 Go7. Go7, 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 Go7. Go7, king of the game. I believe in you, that's what he'll say. Nice and kind, leading cobalt ice. He's a blue, cute, and deadly little guy. Seeing through the fog, old gods he's slain. Go7, 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 Go7. Go7, 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 Go7.
And there we are. Hello, everybody. Oh, okay. What's up, everybody? It's me, Go7, King of the Penguins, here, back with a brand new week. Back with a brand new week, but the same old high-quality stream you're used to. Enjoy my spectacular Advanced Wars by Web content as we unwind from a Monday at work. Or in my case, not at work, because the teacher strike is still ongoing. It's birdie time! Go! Instead of going to work, I did a lot of shopping. You messed up. Oh no. I messed up. Quack. You joined a random game and it's up against a deadly shadow. Ooh. Good luck. You need some advice? I'll see what I can do. Fighting in the Global League does count as work. It wasn't Discord. I would consider it. How is the stream about teenagers playing God with their subordinates' lives for sport? What? Hi, Mr. Go7. I finally finished all my ongoing matches, so I think we're going to take a few months break from Advanced Wars by Web until I get the bug to try and ladder some more. I would highly recommend taking breaks instead of burning out. With a Sammy mirror on this map, major comm tower side, strong side, I can see that. If Global League fear paralysis, I just get too scared to click the button to get games. You just told me to just go for it, but I just can't. Something is just mentally blocking you. What to do? Well, you can always try. Well, I don't know if you've played Global League before, but if you can always try going into a different mode that you don't have as much pressure for. That's kind of like the number one thing the High Funds is there for. No offense to High Funds, but it's, I mean, it's a very competitive mode, but it's got a lot less pressure on it. You know, it's competitive at the top. Also, it's just as fun to watch Advanced Wars by Web compared to playing it. You can also play non-Global League games if you really want to, but I would recommend playing Global League because you get much more even matches, kind of guaranteed there. Make an alt, press the button, then do the same on your main. Well, you shouldn't queue at the same time as your alt. Get in trouble if you queue up against yourself. You're wrong. You've never touched Global League ever? Well, Mega Man, then what you're going to do is you're going to play your first Global League game. You can just queue it for one if you want. And send it in when it's done, no matter the outcome. We'll go over it and see what you can improve on. Win or lose. It'll be fun. You can ask for help for choosing the CO for the game. Discord should be fun. You always get anxious too before you queue for Global League. You hate losing. I used to love losing, and now I'm not allowed to lose, and it's not. But that's just how it gets. Once you get up there, suddenly you're not allowed to lose. If you win, then everything's chill. But if every time the top player loses, it's always a big deal. You can lose if you want to. You can leave your friends behind. Yeah, it's only a game. I'm technically allowed to lose. No. No, technically, I'm definitely allowed to lose. Technically, lots of people want me to lose. Well, I wouldn't go that far, but yeah, only technically. Mr. Penguin, I appreciate the advice you gave a while back about how to think about inducing mistakes from opponents. Trying to do that got you back into the 1200s. It's not much, but it's honest work. Yeah, no, it's good. That's why you play a lot of test games for Map Committee or other fun games. The test games, they do require you to be at least 1,000 in rating, I think. Emotionally, I'm always a winner in your book. I should cue some fog. I mean, I would be much more willing to queue some fog, but I already have trouble just keeping on top of the tournaments. Well, which mode do you want to play, Mega Man? Oh, well, I appreciate the love. Okay, got Sigmar, Sammy playing as Sammy, and the Night Shadow playing as Jake. Looks like it's the Smacky Cup. Is that the right? I wanted to say Sammy Cup, but it's the Fog tournament. Number 2. You love Fog? Fog, I 100% agree. And it's really hard to lose quickly in Fog unless... Well, back when I started playing Fog and there was so few black belts on HQ, it can be very easy to lose Fog quickly. Just walk over and take your HQ. But nowadays, you're at least guaranteed to have a sporting chance in Fog. Yep, SC2, StarCraft 2. So basically, Sammy Cup. Smacky Cup. Okay. Sigmar's profile signature, by the way, has never and will never use the replay in ranked fog. Pump it up. Oh, wow. The dedication. Okay, well, we'll hop into it. Be a Sammy player without using the replay viewer. That could be get punished by the Night's Shadow, because artillery could just wipe units out and they'd never know what happened. George Red copy. Some very early mechs by Sigmar Shadow. And it's going to hurt the... At least it'll probably hurt the economy. It's not so bad right now because both infantry and mech could reach both of these cities in just 2 turns. Never mind that city. Obviously. And the city too. Okay, never mind. So now the capture phase has been hurt by Sigmar pumps mechs currently. We'll see what they end up doing. Jake is going for a double recon opener, which I would recommend against Sammy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. His infantry is spotted by this recon, and depends on how this recon decides to attack, right? If it attacks from the top, which is kind of incentivized to do so because it is a Jake recon, so attacking from the plains, then it will be outside of all the mech ranges. But if it does attack from the road, then the mech will be able to get it. We'll see. It does attack from the plains as one would expect for the extra 10% firepower for Jake, and that makes Sammy really sad. All of the mechs get scouted, and if in Jake's situation here you see triple early game mech, then this recon can pretty much do whatever it wants, right? This is going to be most of the early game economic investment. So this recon can harass up here pretty safely. This recon can harass down here safely. The only thing you have to worry about is walking into all of these mechs right here. But since this is still the early game, these can't really pressure anything. With mech swarms, they're really scary, you know, where they are. As long as the fight's happening where the mechs are, then they're going to do a great job. But if the fighting happens anywhere else on the map, then the mechs can't do anything, because boy, are they slow at maneuvering. Okay, so things are looking really nice for Jake. We're up in economy. This recon should really go just more down this way. We've already seen the mechs kind of walking around over here in the only city. I guess it could try and interrupt this city, but the only real city I would see interrupting this one. Well, that's a very fast rocket. So we've got artillery into rocket. I mean, these are both pretty good at dealing with mechs. I would imagine this setup is going to be used for trying to control this area. I think it's way too fast personally, because what you want to do is have the rocket sit here as you have an infantry start capturing this city, because then you cover that capture. But now the rocket goes here, there's no infantry anywhere close to capturing this, so it's just going to be not getting its like the value. Like I did the same thing over here in my game with the rocket. I built the rocket and then it moves here and it covers this capture, which is kind of like the dream scenario for a rocket. You build a rocket and on the next turn it's already getting value. But in this case, you build the rocket and it doesn't actually get any value because there's no capture happening there. And then the rocket's going to be much worse, because the greatest weakness of the rocket is it's so slow and it can take too long to actually have an impact. So yeah, right here, it's looking nice. It doesn't actually, it doesn't even cover this capture, but there's nothing actually capturing it to cover. I don't like this. I don't know why we're charging forward into where Sammy looks the strongest. And this recon goes down here and hits this mech. I would prefer to go up here, just because of all the see the tank here, see all these mechs, like there's nothing going to be guarding these units, so I would attack up here instead. No reason to engage with these mechs. For Sammy here, definitely kill the recon. The comm tower doesn't really matter for these fights, and you really don't want to let a recon survive when you kill it. Okay, I mean, since this recon lived, very happy days for Jake. And if you can see, if this mech had stepped down and killed this recon, then next turn this infantry could go for the comm tower capture. It'd be no big deal. So Jake moving on out. Whoa, way too aggressive. There's like no backup currently. Infantry just walking forward into the like I was saying, mechs are really strong if the fighting happens around the mechs, so just don't give them the fight. If there was the rocket and artillery covering all of this, then it would be a lot better. But as is, this is just kind of gifting infantry. Kind of survival, which is good. Okay, so Sammy's definitely hurting. At the end of Sammy's turn, down 3k in income. But doing just fine in unit count now, which is kind of what matters more for Sammy anyway. Ooh, that's a fast Neo tank. There's been a lot of Sammy upsets. I would imagine Sammy's viable here, but I think that both Sammy and Jess, which I think are the two top picks or most frequent picks, I think they're both just worse than Adder on this map. I would say that Sammy's probably better than Jess, just because all of these comm towers are definitely vulnerable to getting scooped up with a victory march. And Jake, I think, is totally fine, because you've got really strong indirect situations across the rivers. I just wouldn't want to engage with the Sammy mech army. So we see it's that Sigmar Pump went for a really quick Neo tank. I would much prefer just getting a bunch of copters, although the airport's not even captured yet. But oftentimes the problem that people run into with Sammy is you try and go like mech, infantry, and then heavy vehicle. And what will happen is you just run out of all the support units, and you just don't have enough vision to actually fight the opposing army. You just get like out-positioned and take it out. We'll see how it goes. If all these tanks don't run into trouble, then Sigmar Pump will probably be fine. I do like the anti-air buy. Your tank does get scattered by this recon, which is very nice. Pop. Taking out Sammy infantry, you love to do it. Remember, every time, if you can ever trade your own infantry for Sammy infantry, you'll pretty much always take it, because Sammy's infantry are so much more valuable to Sammy than your own are to you, which is kind of a savage thing to say, but is very true. The mech survives at 1. Okay, here's our first Jake Copter. This rocket has so far done nothing. Spent like 4 or 5 turns getting there. I think just 4 turns. Okay, with the breakthrough. See, this is okay. Yeah, if no vehicles join this fight, then this is actually what Jake would really like, is just infantry trading out evenly for infantry and mechs. Because it's really hard to just like... Oof. If this recon had scouted this would have been pretty good for Sammy. It's really hard to replenish your infantry counts. It's going to be a little bit easier on this map for the mech counts, just because of how nice this base is for deploying mechs, as you see. Sigmar Pump is just kind of constantly producing them. This rocket decides to kill this infantry. Probably should have killed the mech, but it is what it is. Medium tank should definitely have come in here. It can take out the mech, which is nice, and also it's covered by a rocket, so it doesn't actually have anything to fear. Here we're just going to go attacks against Sammy. Which I agree with. Trade out as much as you can. That doesn't cover. I guess it covers with the Jake Super. That was a really weird move. Because over here, the medium tank didn't go kill the mech while it's covered by a rocket. When the medium tank is uncovered, it goes for the hit on the mech, even though a Neo tank was seen last turn. A little sketchy. Do like this denial over here. This will be painful, but of course, Sammy does only have a single comm tower currently. So the medium tank will survive. And the plan might be... Well, now it doesn't work. I was going to say the plan might be to use the Jake Super to get the medium tank here and smacking this medium tank in response. But now that doesn't work because there isn't anything that can actually kill this tank other than this medium tank. So there'll be no way to reach this medium tank. But this can still come in and rescue. And now Sammy's victory march is kind of fast approaching. So at this point, as Jake, you're going to be trying to think of ways to wipe out like every foot soldier on the front, so you don't have to worry about the victory march. Oh, did the stream die? Check. No, the stream's fine. Don't dead me. Jake just now captures the comm tower after all the attacks. That's a little unfortunate. I'm glad your Advanced Wars game has been getting better. We've been buffering for a good while now. You're getting lag too. I'm getting no notifications for problems. So that must be on your side? Question mark. Usually it would give me a notification if there's any sort of problem. I just have to also look for it. Okay. Yeah, we go in here, clean out that medium tank, and can save this, or clear out the tank to save the medium tank. Rocket kills the recon. I kind of like this recon going up here to disrupt infantry. But here, interesting. Okay. Because this was the choice to just kill as many foot soldiers as possible, which I agree with. It doesn't really matter. For instance, if Sigmar Pump pops the victory march and takes the city, it doesn't actually matter because you just kill the infantry and then you take the city back, and Sigmar Pump gets like 1 or 2 turns of income out of it and loses an entire infantry. Love all of these pickoffs. I'd prefer if an infantry managed to stand on that city, but again, it's not that big of a deal. If a unit comes over here unsupported and takes the city, you just take it out and take your city. Oh, it's very gutsy over here to go for this swing, because if this infantry died, then Sammy would be able to just victory march take the comm tower next turn. As long as this guy's still standing here, then Sammy has to spend a turn clearing him. Okay, there's the victory march. Down here is a little bit more protected for sure. That was a really... or never mind. It doesn't need to take this city. It's fine. I still would have preferred if the further back he was. Of course. So this city gets taken. That's a pretty decent city to take. The only problem that Sammy's going to run into is that this infantry exists. If this infantry wasn't here, then this city would probably get held for quite a while. But as is, this recon just comes back, clears off the infantry, and this guy just comes on and takes the city. Yeah, we just take these cities. Oh. So a few cities are claimed by Sammy that turn. And not too much on the overextension, which is very good. You just can't really afford to lose that. We'll see what the Block Rock gets done. So far, not much. We kind of can't reach this guy, I guess. I'm not understanding the point of this Block Rock. If did extra damage to that tank, I guess. Yeah, that was definitely a case of just hold on to the super until you see some good attacks. Sure, you'll get like overcharged for it, but it's better than getting basically nothing out of it. And another rocket. I mean, like stuff got taken out that turn, but I didn't see any attacks that like just this attack and this attack really cared about the super. Pretty much everything else could have happened without the super being used. Sigmar pump, fighting a good fight in the center. Sort of running low on foot soldiers. We're going to have a decent mech count. This, and now we have the airport. I think if Sigmar pump had the airport earlier, things would be looking a lot better. A little bit of disruption. Comm tower's not being captured yet, so that's very good for Jake. The recon will be able to save it then, I think. Pop goes the rocket, and the reason I think the recon will be able to save it is because we've got 2 comm towers plus a planes to attack from. So this is a 30% firepower recon, which, judging by how well Grim can interrupt captures, it might not be guaranteed, but there's at least a good chance to save the comm tower. Oh. I just wouldn't attack the Neo tank. I like this attack if it wasn't the Neo tank. If this was just go and kill the infantry, I would have been a lot happier with that. Because almost out of fuel. Could have actually just kept this guy around. Just move it down here, because that will guarantee you can interrupt. If you strike with the recon and then have the 1 health infantry sacrifice itself, that will guarantee, make sure that the comm tower doesn't fall. On and off. I mean, it could just be you. Okay. Yeah, things are looking very good for the Night Shadow. Sigmar Pump still has a slight income lead, but if we look at these unit counts, it's really drastically in Jake's favor. A bunch of stuff did go down here, but not nearly enough to make up for this advantage. Oof, this is the kind of thing that happens when you're relying too heavily on these heavy vehicles and no vision. You keep running into like artillery traps. It's not too bad here because it's just a 3 health Neo tank, but still. Room. So this, you have to knock the infantry down to 3. So it didn't get the roll. So really would have liked to have that infantry around to just finish this interrupt. As is now, Sammy is going to get this capture. Jake, get an anti-air. We do have an anti-air from Jake. Copter swings down here. Oh, Sammy. Calm tower. Okay, still got the kill. There we go. Two attacks in here. Copters are doing a really good job for Sammy. The mech plus copter composition is, it's weirdly good. They're both units that get countered by the anti-air, kind of. Like the anti-air will one-shot mechs and it will one-shot copters. It's just that mechs also, especially Sammy mechs, do a lot of damage to anti-airs. So you can kind of drain. If your opponent's not pure anti-air, if they just have a couple anti-airs, then they'll just kind of trade off with your copters and or mechs. And then their tanks will just hate fighting copter mech. So basically the composition of copter plus mech does a really good job against just a few anti-airs, which tends to be what you're up against. What on earth is this? The Night Shadow pops the super, which does give this artillery enough range to shoot this tank, but then just runs away. Clears off infantry on comm tower. Copter. Unfortunately, can't strike from a planes. His infantry can give this. It's kind of another case of I don't understand why a super was used. We have a mega tank by the Night Shadow. That's gonna take its sweet time getting anywhere, but it will be pretty tough for Sammy to deal with. So at this point, Sammy has 0 foot soldiers in the bottom half of the map. So all of these captures are impossible with for a victory march. We're down to 3 infantry and 4 mechs versus 11 infantry from Jake. So, and then also a base skip, so no infantry this turn. So at this point, anytime Jake just can trade an infantry for an infantry, just goes for it. And it's gonna take Sammy a lot of time to get any amount of foot soldiers that will matter. And you can see here that the Night Shadow decided to move off the city with the 7 health infantry. That's because 7 health and 9 health infantry both capture in 3 turns. So it's faster to capture at 7 than it is to wait 2 extra turns to get to 10. You then capture in 2 turns. I would prefer to just like grab a T-copter and then bring full health infantry up here, because there's all of these captures are basically unguarded. So that's what I would love to be pressuring right now. As you can see, Sammy's vision sees like none of the opponents, or none of the enemies except for over here. So one of the number one things that Sammy would like to do right now is get some recons. Do like another infantry. Yeah, this Neo tank is going to have a heck of a time finding anything. You hate getting your anti-air trapped. Fortunately for Jake, there's nothing here that can actually deal with it. Don't know what's up with these rockets. They're just kind of chilling over here by the HQ. Mega tank's moving out. Jake's definitely got better vision, but I'm not 100% sure what's going on with all of the choices. I really don't like that there's this continued brawl around the mech production, rather than going, you know, everywhere else where the mechs can't impact the battle. I don't like normally trading out infantry for Sammy, but if this is the only infantry your opponent has in that area, that suddenly becomes amazing. Sammy had a recon early on, but would really benefit from having some right now. Medium tank and Neo tank, they can't find their opponent. Okay, the capture goes through. Jake is capturing these ones, which is good. Capturing up here would be even better. Jake goes for a missile? Okay. I can only assume what's happening right here is Jake is scared of Sammy coming in with some bombers, killing the HQ, and threatening to win with the victory march. And so the missile wants to like sit here and kill the bomber when it attacks. He's slowly inching forward. Very cheeky little block. Could use the beatdown for an extra range to clear this guy, but I really like this block in on this medium tank. If this recon wasn't here, it would even be safe to just attack here because there'd be no way to reveal the copter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kill copter. I don't know what's going on here. So when I look at this situation, what I would love to do is anti-air kills copter. Copter stands here, or maybe on the city, so that a tank wouldn't be able to come and get my anti-air. Down. Recon. I'm liking all the vision control. You can see what it gives you, right? It gives you all of these engagements. It's very, very handy. Okay, now the anti-air goes. So yeah, the only thing I would change about this attack, anti-air kills, and then I would personally expect a tank to be ready to hit my anti-air. So I'd have a copter block. We have another rocket. Oh. You have the copter attack the black boat. The breakthrough in the center. This is Jake's moment where it's like, ah yes, I finally got the rockets in these forests. I have the missile in position. I was prepared for this. Nice little clear out by... Oh, very daring. Well, we'll have a very nice... This will actually be a good block rock, should Jake get it. The mega tank will come in here, kill a medium tank. A bunch of attacks that can happen over here. Just gonna come up to how does Jake get a little bit of charge? It might come down to like smacking into this copter and things like that. We'll see. Missile takes out a copter. I probably would have taken out this copter because it's farther away from the anti. Fine. Oh, we're not waiting for the super. I guess these guys aren't on planes, so that's okay. I would definitely wait for the super for this attack. As we see, that doesn't kill. Oh, we're not gonna. Oh, okay. Now we block rock. Rocket takes out Neo Tank. Cons do some scouting, just barely don't see target. Anti-air takes out Copter. Copter hits the tank. Mega Tank says hello. Rocket moved out. I'm taking out the mech. Medium take. We just, I guess, scouts the forest. That's fine. Infantry attacks the tank. Okay. Tank hits tank. Tank finishes off tank. I would prefer if the infantry was killing this copter for sure. Anti-air hit anti-air. Rah! That was definitely a very good Jake super. We got a lot of value. And even attacking the copter worked out well for that recon. And now, I mean, Sammy's less than half the army value. Sigmar Pump just resigns. I did like the effort to take out the HQ there, and I think Sigmar Pump could have done it if they built some bombers and just went like double bomber, blam blam, infantry, victory marches in, because the Night Shadow didn't really have the blockers around the HQ that you would need to stop something like that. But GG. The missile did get the fire. You see the charts? We'd like to see charts here. Yeah, the funds look pretty even-ish. I mean, the Night Shadow was a bit ahead. Definitely deaths. Sammy had a lot more. But that's to be expected in the game that's lost. One Sammy recon. Oh yeah, there was only one Sammy recon early on. Just needed a few more. But that's what happens, right? The Sammy tries to go for like some heavier vehicles and then mechs. I liked it when the copters started coming in, but heavy vehicle plus plus foot soldiers just isn't enough. Fog at least. GG. Okay. I've been warned that this is long. Okay, I won't delete this one. There's water. Oh dear. Okay, well, we're gonna have no more keeping order static. We've got team. No, I don't know why there's teams because this is an FFA. There's no one's on the same team, but we have team A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Is it half funds? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is half funds. So we're on low funds. No starting econ. It's no starting current money. Usually you're like half funds, but you start with a big bank. It is. Looks like it's tier 0 tag fog FFA. I mean, it looks like you would really like to be Blue Moon, because Blue Moon has no neighbors, where everyone else has someone else to fight. Being in the corner really sucks, because you can only expand into other people. And boy, oh boy, that's a lot of mountains. Is there no... The only route for land vehicles from purple to blue goes through cobalt ice? Blue and gray. Oh my god, this is horrible. So this is, you do have only one base to start, so it's definitely going to be like infantry popping out, get T-copters, try and claim more stuff. There'll be lots and lots of air units. I think Hachi's actually kind of bad, because all of your ground vehicles can be blocked by one other ground vehicle just standing on a city, or even an infantry. There's no units banned. So Sturm makes sense because you're going to want your infantry skating over these mountains to get these captures. And then, I mean, Sammy, maybe Sturm Sammy would be the way. Because you're going to have so many foot soldiers. And I guess, maybe not, maybe even actually, I kind of like this one. I like Blue Wind. Going Sturm with Sasha. Well, maybe you just don't go Sturm. Maybe you go Sasha and someone else. Sasha is, of course, going to have a really large impact with her extra income gain. But the problem is that these are 2 day-to-days that you'd like to pretty much always have active. And ideally, you want to have someone whose day-to-day you want active and the other one whose power you want. Yeah. So we'll see. We're going to have a lot. I'm going to just do some auto. I think that's too slow. We're going to go really fast here, because we got a bunch of infantry in the early game just kind of walking out. Yeah, Blue Moon looks really like a nice starting position. Gray Sky, we're walking on over here going for these captures. I love it. Cobalt Ice already has a T-copter. Everyone's starting to get a T-copter here. We're going to have our first little altercation over this base. It's very understandable. As soon as you get a base, you double your infantry production. Oh my gosh. Okay, we got a friendly. This is really, really bad for Orange, because this base is just going to be able to overwhelm this airport. We got random weather. Okay, well, there goes a lot of vision. Oh, okay, never mind. Orange does just attack rather than try and continue this capture, which is good. Cobalt Ice cranking out some more of these T-copters. Has surprisingly few captures for having so many T-copters. Blue Moon getting this base looking good. I'm expecting to see just tons and tons. Transport copters. Maybe even Drake would be the way to go, just so you can drain the fuel of your entire opponent's air force, because that on this map it's pretty much just air force is going to be able to do any of the fighting. Air forces and infantry. You have a little mountain fight going on. Coachmaker does get this base, but he's going to have to be able to clear it after Sturm stands on it in order to build stuff. Blue Wind just taking that top right corner, being pretty happy. We got Stealer over here, going for some captures, having some fights in the mountains. There's a lot of cities that aren't actually being claimed right now, and has, oh my gosh, Stealer's HQ is already under threat. The capture begins. That's really scary. That's That's something that Steeler does not want to have to deal with clearing. Sturm infantry capturing your HQ. If only this was Sammy infantry capturing the HQ, it'd be almost set up to just end the game right there. We have an artillery built. I guess it's fine. Just get a few of these. Like one to follow the infantry into the fights on these very choky paths. Orange is unable to clear that base, so Orange is probably going to end up getting just overrun over here. Good luck, recon. Okay, well that's definitely not going to get cleared by infantry. Blue Wind now controls the whole top right corner. And Cobalt Ice is going to try and challenge Disco Koopa to the bottom right. Steeler is recognizing that, oh my gosh, my HQ is under threat. Luckily blocks the way so there won't be like a joint cap or anything. So we just have a mass evacuation by Cuddly. Well, what else is moving on out? Our own little fights. Looking really bad. Money's on Blue Moon. Yeah, I mean, Blue Moon has a really good start. There's no denying it. But what this is really going to come down to, I mean, Blue Moon having no neighbors is nice, but when you have neighbors, there's always a chance that a neighbor is just going to leave the game, and then suddenly you're really happy. Blue Moon's at 7k incomes now. Green's actually at 8k because all of the neighbors of Green have been fighting other people. A Toastmaker does have this base, but only has 3k income. So it's possible that Sturm is able to, or is Orange is actually able to overcome the base. That brings some mechs probably. The Blue Wind is also looking pretty nice. Income actually has 10k in the bank. Sadberry with 11k. Just trying to save some buildings over here. Steelers only got 6k income, but did manage to save the HQ, so you can't complain too much. We do have a copter. There's going to be so many of these. Starts to rain. Cudley also gets a copter. Blue Moon has so much range of control. Decides to buy a very forward copter. Green starts picking on White Nova. White Nova's looking super dead. Like I said, starting in the corner just sucks. Ooh. HQ's under threat. Only one tile available to attack from. So after the join cap, if that transport copter's still there, looks like Orange is actually going to be able to take out White Nova. White Nova just resigns. It's really sad for Orange. But fine. Get the first player out. Cobalt Ice now under attack from Purple. Purple's just picking on everybody right now. Steelers kind of coming to the aid of Cobalt Ice. You have attacking infantry on mountains. Infantry on mountains isn't too scared of copters. That's real. Blue Moon. What's Blue Moon's income? Only 7,500. There's so much area controlled for so little income. Duchy has 9k. Orange is now taking over White Nova's area, which is good. Blue Moon is in some trouble. A little out of position against Blue Wind, who is starting some captures and kind of moving in on that HQ. Cobalt Ice stuck in the corner here. We do make it snow. Not by someone actually making it snow, but just by the random weather. Now, when it's snowing, you can see the movement range of infantry with the mountains, and that's 0. So everyone's kind of a mechs can step on one, but not over. So these infantry are a little bit stranded if they are in the mountains right now. Which is, you know, a little unfortunate. And Sturm does actually get slowed down by the snow. Maybe you could play Olaf. I'm surprised there's no Olaf or Drake, because that would be affecting the random weather. I mean, you wouldn't really want to play Olaf. You would avoid the snow slowdown, but there's been a lot more rain, and the rain would treat you like snow. So I think Drake would probably be the way to go. Especially once all those copters start flying. We actually have a bomber from Blue Wind. That will be really difficult to cope with. I mean, an anti-air will still be able to tag it, but it's very limited approaches. Avenues of approach. If Blue Moon does lose this city, should probably start getting ready to actually build stuff to save that HQ. Green Earth is at 10k, double artillery in the woods over here. Starting aggression against Cobalt Ice. Maybe has some sort of deal with Steeler, because we're not seeing any attacks over there right now. Orange is fighting. Blue Wind, moving out with bomber, copter, infantry. We got plans of trying to take out Orange in one fell swoop, I guess. Okay, Cobalt Ice kind of surviving for now. Got Steeler, who's gone through a lot. Doesn't attack Cobalt Ice down here, yeah, just moves up. Lets this base capture go through too. Not quite sure what's going on with that. Might have some sort of agreement. Definitely not in agreement with Orange. Blue Moon does start sending an anti-air up here. Cobalt Ice's capture is getting stolen back. We have just a mech swarm walking towards Cobalt Ice's HQ, which can't be spotted by those infantry on the mountains. Okay, there must be an agreement between Green Earth and Steeler, because these are very exposed cities, and that's a lot of units around. I can't imagine that they're banned. You asked everyone that you did the sleazy FFA thing, huh? Everyone join with me. It's fine. That's the like correct thing to do. I don't like it, but I mean, Red Halo does it every game and gets away with it, so it's really, though, I think, only winning play. Otherwise, I don't think quite respecting the attack that's coming in right now. Healer's fighting Orange. Blue Moon. Got a lot of stuff moving on. Cadbury, who is combi. So, I mean, these infantry are very scary, for sure. If not incredibly expensive. Okay, we're seeing some serious traffic jams. Orange is moving in on Steeler, going to try and take Steeler's airport. Which looks like it's going to happen. Bomber from Blue Wind just retreats. We have Bomber plus Fighter now. I don't know what Blue Wind's plan is, but there's some serious firepower. So we have an artillery built by Cobalt Ice to hold down that HQ. And Steeler tries to save the airport. Just kills everything in front of it. He's unable to actually stop the capture, although it does look like immediately on the following turn will be back. Okay. Blue Moon's attack in the bottom here towards Cobalt Ice's HQ has been unleashed. We have some vehicles coming in as well. Very bad news for Cobalt Ice. Duchy is at the same time attacking Cobalt Ice on the bottom left. So we might see a resignation soon. Orange does take the that airport from Stealer, but doesn't have anything that can actually deal with these anti-airs, so we're going to see a bloodbath pretty soon. Blue Wind, again, just kind of chilling. Should really try and get something done with the bombers. Right, Cobalt Ice just holding the line currently. Didn't build anything from this base. It's just saving up for an anti-air. While Stealer is kind of fighting for their life, they're also making sure to attack poor Cobalt Ice. He's currently being swarmed by 3 different players on all fronts. Duchy's moving up Orange land, while of course attacking into Cobalt Ice. Orange still trying to put up aggression towards Stealer, but doesn't have anything except a single mech to deal with these anti-airs. And Blue Wind does attack here, okay. Although it has a very sketchy attack. What was this? Sees anti-air, bomber attacks infantry on the base. I think what happened here, I can only imagine what happened here was that Blue Wind thought that fighter would kill the copter, but this is Sturm versus Sturm. So yeah, fighter will not kill copter, but if the fighter killed the copter, then the T-copter could block the way, and then the anti-air can't reach the bomber. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, the fighter can't reach the other side to like go fighter plus battlecopter and then T-copter block. We're just gonna let the bomber get hit by the anti-air, which definitely sucks. But I mean, it is Sturm versus Sturm. The Cobalt Ice bias is strong with this one. I mean, Hachi buys for combi, but only when Hachi's out. You have the barter, and when Hachi's out, then combi's. We're gonna build some nice units here, and I assume switch over to combi. You have the nice artillery covering the HQ, so it'll be pretty tough for capture to go through. Stealer gives up capturing this airport to kill a copter. I think that's fine. You can always capture the airport later, so long as it's locked down. Kokupa breaking through does hit this artillery and goes for a really annoying block. This really needed to be an anti-air that was built for Cold Ice here. But hopefully it's fine. This copter probably kills this 9 health copter because it's a combi copter. And the tank gets free. Still looks pretty nasty. Green Earth moving out. Just the fact that there's this piece as we walk on top of the city and not capture it with Stealer is really good for Stealer, because Green Earth has like the perfect situation to attack Stealer. The backstab would be real good. Okay, Orange is like, I'm not tolerating this nonsense. Goes for what? Goes for some attacks, decides to attack the fighter in range of the artillery rather than hit the bomber. well. Some question marks above my head for sure. We have the meteor strike. I don't like the meteor strikes in FFAs because they never hit a front that matters to you. For instance, orange pops the meteor strike. Where does that meteor strike hit? Oh, it hits down here. And it's pretty much always going to hit on a front that you're not involved in because both players are your enemy down here. So all of these units get added together for a target where if it's ever a front that you're fighting on, half of those units are yours. So those units will calculate out of the missile targeting. Anti-air is going to get surrounded here. Anti-air should have been surrounded. The infantry just steps here, kills this guy off, and then the base is trapped. Blue one's still looking mighty scary. We're going to take a city here. Edbury just goes for an artillery shot. Copter doesn't get the kill. That sucks. Could have popped the combi normal power, bleh, but that would have guaranteed it. But as you can see, because that didn't, it's really, really bad that that didn't get the kill. Because if that dies, then the tank can go stand on this oh no, I can't actually. There's a forest here. Well, I can stand here and stop the copter from being hit by this anti-air. So yeah. Sadberry resigns. Rest in peace, Cobalt Ice. Steeler goes for the captures again. And now the Cobalt Ice is gone. Steeler just happens to have a bunch of infantry ready to take this stuff. How convenient is that? And now it's like, I don't know how Green Earth... If Green Earth doesn't backstab Steeler here, then Green Earth is just throwing the game. Like, this army has nothing to fight but Steeler. It's the only option. Unless it wants to walk all the way across the map and mountains to try and fight Disco Koopa. But we have... can literally start 4 city captures this turn and support it with an entire army. Disco Koopa victory over here. Green Earth, no, Green Earth, don't throw the game. Okay. You gotta remember, this isn't a team game. This is an FFA. Steeler, you were fighting him. Ish, you know. I mean, you were fighting, but you weren't the main fight. I mean, this is an FFA. You have to fight everyone. You can have temporary alliances, but it's not a team game. So definitely, Green Earth should be capturing all 4 of these cities. Orange is like, I'm getting out of here. I'm already getting my butt kicked in the top right. Reducing these anti-airs. We have an Urban Blight pop off. It's going to do quite the number. It's going to interrupt all these captures on Disco Koopa's stuff. Well, you're gonna go into deals and team ups for as long as it's beneficial for you. This is no longer beneficial for Green Earth to be in a team with Steeler. It's in fact disadvantageous. Green Earth doesn't get any growth out of this. while Steeler gets a ton of growth because it doesn't have to invest anything in holding off Green Earth. Disco Koopa. Let's get these captures going. That's 11k, which is pretty good income. Stepping on these cities. I mean, this could be just the longest con ever, and we're gonna have like an alpha strike that comes in, clears out everything around the HQ and starts capturing it. That would be amazing. It's not about being trustworthy, it's about playing an FFA. If you want to play a team game, then play a team game. FFAs are not team games. They're free for alls. Everyone fights everyone. There is one winner. I mean, I think Pink does trust Green Earth that much. Because this is almost set up so that Green Earth could just wipe out the HQ. We have a missile. I kind of like it just because of how much air is going to be on the map. You gotta love these fights. First strike, hit you to 9. Knocked back, hit down to 9. 9, 9. 1 damage each. This is Sturm on Sturm, no comm towers, mountain to mountain. Steeler gets these captures, builds a fighter. Starts fighting. Mountain to mountain. Let's go, Koopa. The true slayer of Cobalt Ice. I don't know how Disco Koopa hasn't managed to take this city back. Okay, Green Earth. I guess Green Earth has a deal with Orange as well. Who is Green Earth fighting in this FFA? Okay. Well, Orange and Steeler aren't friends. Green Earth is giving up so... Look at all of these properties Green Earth could be picking up. Don't throw the game. Okay, we have lots and lots of fighting. The wall for Orange is almost broken down here, and this base is super dying. Steeler is battling with Blue Moon. Just a tiny bit. Are they their enemies? Okay. Green Earth and Blue Moon are officially not friends. Let's get a city here. Well, his domain. Marching. Green Earth is indeed going to march all the way across the map to fight an opponent, rather than fight The actual opponents that are fightable. Orange desperately trying to hold the line up here. Only has 9.5k income though against... Actually, blue one's only at 8k income. My gosh, just had a lot of passivity, I guess. It does break through here. The missile gets spotted. Huge wave of infantry. Healer surrounds this blue moon copter as the fighters strike. Blue one's at 13k income. That's pretty good. Still isn't challenging this city. I don't know if Blue Moon and Gray Sky just had a deal after the city got taken or what. Green Earth for the long walk. I assume not friends with Gray Sky. So does retreat. Line holds. Helicopter in the way. Orange cannot bring the anti-airs up to support themselves because Green Earth has a conga line of units in the corridor. But now also Green Earth can't move. Like, this is just a traffic jam. Guy marching forward. A bunch of air units. Can't get to the missile. The missile's holding the line very nicely. That comes down. But the fighter actually... The missile value is looking good. Copper gets taken out over there. Disco Koopa with the prime tactics. Dead fighter for sure. That's a super boosted missile. Green Earth is in a fight. Prime Tactics has unleashed Disco Koopa into the world. Fighting a 2v1. Okay, Dutchy is not friends with Gray Sky. Kill off an infantry. That has to get out of the way. Never mind. I'm not sure how Dutchy's going to help with this, but... Good could happen. Blue Moon doesn't quite realize the sheer quantity of death that's going to march all the way across the map to try and get at him. Just attack into artillery. Line holds for now. This guy manages to get a medium tank. It has T-copters to transport the infantry into this fight. I like it. Healer uses Samurai Spirit. For the airport. Anti-airs do kill the tank. Anti-air hits the anti-air. I'm not quite sure about that Samurai Spirit, but I guess it was all about trying to take this airport away. Koopa sacrifices the recon, and now the anti-air can strike the copter. I mean, that's definitely a very imposing copter. Can't deny that. Looks like this airport is indeed going to fall. Green Earth does get to hit another Gray Sky unit. March a tiny bit forward. We have so many captures. The mech chain continues towards the moon. Orange, unable to ever leave this area, but is just fighting off the blue wind Air Force very effectively. I don't think Gray Sky can really make it through here now. Way too many indirects set up. The only chance Blue Wind has to make progress is to strike a deal with Green Earth and be like, hey, let's split Orange. Because, I mean, Green Earth is kind of already set up to take out Orange with these vehicles here. So this is the example of when you would team up an FFA. As Gray Sky, you would contact Green Earth. You'd be like, hey, let's team up to defeat Orange and split them 50-50. I don't think. I mean, that's a deal that Green Earth should take, but I have a feeling Green Earth wouldn't take it. And Green Earth is it's in quotes, allied with Orange. This is an FFA. This is a free-for-all. Yeah, you're only allied as long as you choose to be. This would be, like, Green Earth is making no progress being allied to Orange. Similarly, Blue Moon could contact Green Earth and be like, hey, wouldn't it be nice if we were both attacking Pink? Split them 50-50? But yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. We have the Forbidden Technique used. We get 4 attacks out of it. Green Earth marches forward. Another mech chain forming. A meteor strike from Orange. Does actually hit on the front that Orange is fighting on. Very impressive. It hit a lot. Hit a bomber and a medium tank, 2 artillery and a copter. Pretty much all of Blue Wind's actual forces got smacked there. Very sad days for Blue Wind. Doesn't end up popping a power back. Dealer does capture this airport and is moving out towards this other one. Does get a missile set up. I guess in preparation with Gray Sky. Disco Koopa drops a meteor. It hits Orange. A pretty nasty hit for sure. It's a good thing. It's a good thing Blue Wind got hit, because by golly, Orange probably wasn't holding on if there wasn't that breakthrough down here. Dutchy does step forward, fights Blue Moon again. Vast fleet. It's just army of mechs. They walk across the entire map. Orange making some progress trying to take this base back. Blue Wind. Blue Wind has the attack here, does see that everything got injured. Yeah, unfortunately had that huge meteor land there. Stealer starting to take all of Blue Moon's stuff. Inside the missile minimum range. Oh, Blue Moon is falling apart. It starts to snow. Missile isn't able to do anything, but I guess it does hold off this fighter a bit. Actually just kind of coalescing the units here. Gonna miss out. It looks like what's gonna happen is Blue Moon's gonna end up surrendering. Then Stealer's gonna steal all the captures, and then all of Duchy's walking across the map will mean nothing. We have a rocket set up. Blue Wind does have a Sturm Super available. I have a feeling would hit green. And indeed it does. Kablam. Unfortunately, it doesn't really matter that the green army got hit because it doesn't have anything really worthy to fight. But it does look intimidating that I got hit. Stealer also has a super available. I imagine it's going to hit right here. Right here. Might not use it. Because Stealer... Yeah, there's no reason to use a Sturm Super to hit a part of the map I'm not fighting on. And we'll save it till I see something. Oh! You see that? Green Earth started a capture against Stealer. Didn't go for this one. Are we gonna go for all these other ones? No. You know what happened here? Green Earth accidentally started the capture, sent Stealer a message in chat. It was like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to start the capture of your city. Alliance isn't over. Yep, probably calling it a misclick in the DMs. Didn't message you. Oh. Do you have another Kindle power that went off? I didn't start any of these other captures. Although maybe it could have been just dodging the Kindle power for sure. Green Earth is so set up to take all of Stealer's stuff. We'd want a little more infantry. Stealer starts going for the capture, or continues his capture. Blue Moon is in a ton of trouble. All of these infantry just walking forward. Let's go, Koopa. Trying to hold the ground, hold the line over here. Kind of holding it against Duchy now that the meteor hit down here, but Stealer has super broken through. There's some joins. Probably not actually holding the line over here. Missiles. The missiles, unfortunately, too close, and so this copter is within the minimum range. She does indeed stop the captures. Just walks forward. Okay, orange now has stabilized. Some nice indirects. Green Earth is fighting the good fight now against Blue Wind in order to protect Green Earth's opponent, Orange. I don't know, maybe there was some bad blood between these two players on complete opposite sides of the map. I don't know. Sometimes that happens with lots of people that play FFAs. You know, grudges get formed, and then You know, it'll be like every game, I'm just going to declare peace with everyone so I can attack one person. That begrudges. They're marching forward. Blue Moon looking super dead. Disco Koopa. Pop the super. Missile tried to find a home. Anti-air gets built. he's moving out to transport infantry to this fight, I guess. The mechs be marching. The mechs be marching. Oh, sit on the airport. Missile is going to get a helicopter, which is nice. Orange does continue to hold this line. We have double missile being built now. Blue Wind's going to try and just take Blue Moon's HQ. And currently, if nothing changes, that will just happen. This might have actually happened in the DMs as well. This is more of a... This is kind of the only way I approve of FFA teaming up in FFAs, is if you just gift your HQ to another player. I mean, I approve of it because it does require that you lose the game and then your teammate can continue on. Added. There. There it does. City capture. So now at this point, Disco Koopa is going to just try and do as much damage as possible and lose as few cities as possible, so that Blue Wind can get as much out of this cap as possible, as possible, I guess. I'll just keep saying that word. But as you can see, sometimes it doesn't work out great, because if one player is super dying, then only so much stuff actually ends up getting swapped over. And considering, I don't know if Steeler and Orange have a deal. I imagine they do, because Steeler's not just walking over and taking Orange's stuff currently. This will make it so Steeler can galvanize Green to be like, oh, look at Gray Sky. They just got all the Blue Moon stuff. You have to go fight them, not me. Marching forward, capture Blue Moon, just try and kill off as much stuff as possible. Specifically infantry, what you want to do. Oh! Green just leaves the game! Well, that's really good for Gray Sky's capture down here. I think you'll still be able to get some stuff, for sure. Gray Sky fighting. Greenie would have enjoyed this game a lot more if they had just attacked Steeler. I'm just going to say. It's a lot more fun to fight someone than to walk across the entire map. Ooh. So I think that Steeler and Orange are still on a team. So Steeler with the backstab super here. This was definitely a misplay by Blue Wind. When you capture the HQ, you gain control of all this stuff, and you can build from the bases that turn, so definitely should have built something from this base. Just to try and hold on. Okay. Steeler did build a bomber. It's gonna be really tough for Gray Sky. I think Gray Sky actually might be right. Just don't build anything from these. Try and take out Orange, except that losses are gonna happen. I mean, Steeler's like incredibly strong. Should probably just go kill Orange. But might be... No, it's fine to just be like, well, Gray Sky's gonna invest so much stuff fighting Orange, and I can just take all of Green's stuff and Gray Sky's stuff while that's happening. Because right now, Gray Sky looks... Well, there's no way Orange would ever team up with Gray Sky, basically. But if we look at how the properties are lined up, Gray Sky owns something like this, like a C. But that's really easy for Steeler to just steal. And Steeler owns like a circle. That's really easy to defend. So Steeler's now in a really nice spot where all of their stuff's all together. And the opponent's stuff is spread out to be attacked. Alright, Fluffy, I'll send you an apple just for you. There does come in here, has the bomber. It's going to be pretty difficult for Blue to deal with. And it's capturing all of these cities. You're making so much money. Blue Wind's already way behind in income in comparison to Steeler. Orange starts trying to go for these green lands. I think he's even defending Orange. Gray Sky doing their best, but doesn't have enough backup to actually break this anti-air and artillery situation up here. Steeler very quickly becoming basically stronger than both of the other players combined. So at this point, they don't know it, but the only way that Steeler doesn't win the game is if Orange and Gray Sky team up to try and fight Steeler. I mean, there's no way they're going to team up in this situation. Orange would basically have to give up the HQ so that the Blue Wind can then take all of Orange's properties. And then there's two really rich players fighting each other. As is what's going to happen is Steeler is going to make a bunch of money and crush Blue Wind and then crush Orange, or even just crush them both at the same time. Really, there's pretty much no incentive for Steeler to actually support Orange at this point. Should probably just be picking up these cities because ooh, that's a nice meteor. Orange is 100% forced to just dedicate all the funds defending this HQ. Lewin tries to hold on over here. We do have the anti-airs to fight off like the bombers. Steeler's already there. 25k income on a low income map. Yeah, bombers are running into some trouble. Orange is staying alive. Orange, I don't think has any idea just how rich Steeler is. Wind did a pretty good job fighting. I do think the Orange has stabilized. I know this army is going to get just caught in the crosshairs of Steeler's forces at this point. We got rockets overlooking this pass. And yeah, we've officially have Steeler overtake both of the other players combined in income. I think Blue Wind might not realize that Steeler's quite that strong, but probably does. I mean, sees that Steeler's taking all of this stuff. And knows that all the other players are out of the game. Trying to... Okay, Blue Wind is trying to make some comebacks over here in the bottom right corner. It's just going to be really hard to stabilize because of the geography here. It's very easy for Steeler to move forces from the entire country to hit just a segment of Blue Winds. There's some big marching. 27k, 27.5k. This base is under threat. These artillery are actually almost out of ammo. Rockets got this pinned down. Orange is gonna help take out some Blue Wind forces here. Might not realize just how scary Steeler is currently. Again, I think Steeler should just start taking these cities. Blue Wind does pop up power. We're gonna get this base. It looks like it's not possible. Well, I might get interrupted like one more time. We got the rockets covering. We are gonna go for the combine normal power. That might make it so extra defense is enough so that this doesn't get broken. I probably would have just waited for the super. I don't think... Because you can definitely just wait a turn to get that base. See? And orange is helping as well. You got the meteor strike. Smack. Doesn't actually interrupt the city, but it does hit a lot of air. And at this point, Blue Wind is super dead. Less money than orange. Having to defend across the entire map. Steeler has stolen the forward base. It has so much money. We'll be able to just like crank out Neo tanks if they want, even mega tanks. I don't know what. I mean, you can kind of block the way, but the mega tanks can actually one-shot stuff. So it's definitely going to be hard to get in their way. If that's the way the Steeler wants to. Yeah, okay, we are going to get the mega tank. Yeah. Even if you get in its way, it does kill it. You just get 2 mega tanks and they leapfrog through the hallways here. Oh, looks like Steeler might be getting ready to just start taking these cities. No, not yet. Thinking about it. Orange is attacking into Blue Wind. Blue Wind has a line down here. Not much else going on. We have some anti-air attacks. They're just coming with the bomber blocks so the anti-airs can't smack. Very nice. Just lots of really annoying hallway tactics. All the infantry start walking forward. We're gonna have just a line meet a line, maybe? They haven't decided to move all the way. Probably should. There's so many of them. Steeler has 118 units. Over double what the opponents have combined. Orange deletes a bunch of stuff. Might be getting ready to just resign. Or just trying to not get hit by a meteor or something. Okay, Steeler marches forward. Gets ready to have a huge collapse of the foot soldier fight over here on the mountains. With a little bit of support, one could say. Peppers be moving out. Be marching. We're at 126, 127, 128, 129 units. Okay, I don't know why orange deleted units last turn, but okay. Blue Wind does a market crash. Wipes the powers. A bunch of anti-airs. It does snow, so now Steeler cannot walk across these mountains. Imagine losing this game because you stopped building infantry. Right? Alright, well, you're definitely doing the right thing. You want to spam the infantry. Orange doesn't do much. Steeler was Sturm for that snow term. I thought that was going to be how all these infantry got the first strikes, but then switched back to Combine. I guess that's fine. And these infantry could really use some T-copters, I'm going to say. And Steeler, you can definitely afford it. It looks like we are actually going to start walking towards Orange's stuff. That was just a bunch of deletes. Yeah, just a bunch of deletes. Orange is super ready to just die. We approach Steelers or not Steelers, Blue Wind's HQ up here with holding out hope in the bottom right corner. Steeler just has way too much stuff. Everything's collapsing. Mega tank moving forward. It needs an APC. APC's been built. It's gonna go help resupply. All of these infantry need like 30 transport copters for these guys. Okay, it looks like Steeler's getting ready to take Orange's stuff. Orange delete the missile back here after clearing this HQ. Blue Wind fighting to the last in this corner. HQ is currently under some serious threat. You got 55k in the bank for Orange. Okay, are we gonna start these city caps yet? No. Maybe Steeler's waiting for like a alpha city cap turn, just like capture everything all at once. Blue Wind can't save the HQ. The corner has been thoroughly routed. Completely surrounded. I guess Orange is technically keeping Blue Wind alive currently with all of these air units blocking the way, and then they get deleted and Orange resigns, and then Blue Wind resigns. GG. It's definitely a very fortunate situation for Steeler. The main opponent, Green, refused to attack and then resigned or timed out maybe, and then at the end the other two are just too dedicated on killing each other. So GG, well played Steeler. You played diplomatically very well. That's one way to forfeit. It's over. And I think tactically you played pretty well. An hour and a half, that was a long game. It was 53 days. I still think Drake would have been pretty good. But let that be a warning for when you're playing FFA. Only do... You don't want your alliances to actively hurt you. I guess we'll be ending here with Rishi verse 2. I guess we'll go this size. That's fine. 3-game stream. Yeah, it happens. My shoe's already yellow comet. How handy is that? If you don't know, Shu is a legendary player. Feels like this map could have been 2x2 smaller. That's true. The outskirts. Just like mountains and pipes. But Shu is a legendary player. Many people will talk about how good Shu is and how I would say unorthodox, but I guess orthodox Shu tends to be. This map just screams adder to you. I don't know what this map screams to me. The terrain seems very kind of random, but we do have some nice mountains. But only like near your bases. There are quite a few planes. I'm fine with Jake. I'm fine with Adder. Grim might be fine because the center is kind of terrain light. Cole would not like this map though. Way too many bridges. We'll see how these players end up. Here, we are going to go for the bases right away, as one would expect. No city skips here. Looks like well, there was a slight city skip here. Okay, so she went for this mountain, then go here, and then go for the city. And just delayed going for this one. I like it. I do think that the central properties are going to be worth rushing. And again, we have a city skip over here. So looks like Shu is emphasizing chains. I mean, this is pretty nice. You capture here, you capture here, you capture here. I don't know if this is even fast enough though. I think if Rishi wants, this one interruptible. Although builds a tank over here, so no longer the case. We do have a recon from Shu, which I like, because much like how I was thinking that this city is very interruptible for Rishi, this city is very interruptible for Shu. And the recon will do that nicely with the tank follow-up. So the way this will work is, this was a tank immediately for Rishi, which is going to hurt the economy quite a bit. Just because there isn't going to be an infantry to go for all these captures. Not quite yet, once it gets delayed. It'll probably only cost Rishi like 3k or something like that, but still. So this infantry will like go for a capture, and then the recon can hit the infantry, and then this tank is set up to hit the tank, the opposing tank that'll go after the recon. The reason I'm saying it's you like building a tank here instead of an infantry costs Rishi like 3k is I'm imagining that one infantry that gets built from this base is able to capture like 2 or 3. Or like all of the infantry that get built from this base that are being delayed for a turn can capture like 3 properties. So if 3 properties are delayed by 1 turn, you miss out on 3k income. So it's going to be like another... I mean, it's probably not going to be... Because you do have the follow-up infantry here, so maybe it's like another 2k, so it's like 5k cost for building another tank here. We'll see if the tanks get anything done. Like, this tank doesn't need to be here. A tank that's built on the base covers everything you own. And this tank can't really attack without getting smacked by another tank. So I think this one should be an infantry, so it could be going for this capture. And then you still have a tank covering everything. And instead there'd be a tank over here, and they'd be able to, like, threaten this property. It looks like this infantry can already do that. This property does look like it's not really done. But a delayed recon build here. Another tank. Huge econ hit for Rishi. I don't know if these cities are even going to get... Well, this one probably will. Depends. If Shu wants, Shu can put an infantry right here, and that can threaten, interrupt the city. I think this recon actually in a poor position. It's in a forest, so that it's like in a defensible terrain, but you don't really care it's not a defensible terrain. I'd much prefer, because like if a tank hits it, a tank hits it, and you're gonna counterattack with your other tanks. I'd prefer if this recon was right here on this plains, and then this infantry could go here, and then you're threatening infantry plus recon to interrupt this capture like for good. And if the tanks try and hit this recon, they'll just get jumped by these two tanks. I think it's a little bit of a misplay from Shu, a little too passive. And over here, I totally agree with what Rishi's doing for interrupting this capture, and I think Shu actually shouldn't go for this. Just instead, Shu just waits a single turn. So you probably what you do actually is you have this infantry step to here, so it can interrupt this capture. And then you have this one coming over to get the city, and then you can either build a tank or a recon, and just wait one turn to go for the city until you have a vehicle to help cover you. And a little too passive over here for my liking. I understand the moves. It's like I want to keep my recon alive, but these tanks attacking the recon is actually beneficial for Shu because it gives you so many good tank first strikes. So I do like what Rishi's doing over here with this attack. Not covered by Shu currently. And yeah. So if this recon was here and this infantry was here, then there'd be no way Rishi would be able to afford moving a tank over here onto this comm tower. You miss out on this capture. Okay. This is also kind of fine for Shu. Just gets a slightly favorable attack. We have more tanks over here for Shu than for Rishi. It's not really that bad for Rishi to move in here though. We'll see. The nice thing for Rishi is if the fight happens over here, then suddenly there's a lot less pressure on all these captures that Rishi for. And it also helps justify Rishi going for all of those game tanks because they're actually fighting. We'll see. So what Rishi could do, Rishi, like I would imagine it'd be tank here, smack, tank smacks. Ah, man, I don't know if I like that. You can go tank here, hit from the missile platform. You can go tank here, hit from the planes. Have this tank hit from the shoal. Ugh. This tank hit from the missile, the comm tower. I'd really prefer if Rishi could reach another tank here. You have a little line. I don't like this. I don't like falling back. Because this just opens up Shu to go for a 2-hit kill this tank, one of them attacking from this missile platform. And we'll see if that's what Shu does. Interesting. I would have thought the Shu would interrupt the comm tower at this stage because there's a giant fight happening, or at least about to start happening, so stopping the comm tower from being captured feels like it's more impactful than just the income of this city. I guess, yeah, Shu doesn't have a comm tower, so you do kind of have to sacrifice that. But yeah, I think if this tank was right here, this looks a lot better for Rishi. Rishi's really happy about this comm tower capture, of course. Because, oh my gosh, is fighting happening? The fighting is now? And Rishi made a comment about how weird this middle base is because the infantry reinforcement route is different from the vehicle reinforcement route. I think that's pretty true. Usually that means that recons get really good on the map because they can hit all the infantry while the vehicles can't actually protect them. Okay, so Rishi's so Rishi ends up having to give up this comm tower. I don't think you have to do that with the other play if this other tank sticks around. That's okay. I mean, Shu does have a ton of infantry backing this up, so I think eventually you'd probably have to give up the comm tower. You'd just be able to delay it for like 2 turns probably, which does matter quite a bit when there's ongoing fighting. Okay, things are looking nice for Rishi on this left-hand side for sure. Now a bunch of captures start. This recon should 100% hit this infantry because it just gives you this city when the tank blocks there. No, it goes over here. What? The recon's scared of the mech strike. Maybe the recon just doesn't do enough damage. No, that's fine because the infantry would have to be, like, Adder would have to use the power in order to get this infantry to go here and here and interrupt this capture. Or maybe you're just too scared of the Adder power. I don't know what's going on with that. This tank's, I guess that tank with the power can reach. Okay. I feel like if you're not going to cover it, then just don't go for the capture, right? Well, the mech won't kill the recon. Well, it might. Well, no, if there's a tank here, there was like an infantry here, right? I guess with the power, the mech will kill the recon. Oh, it's this. Oh, this is live. Oh, okay. That live changes a lot. Okay, so we're gonna go for a whole bunch of tank first strikes. Kill off this recon. Infantry, kill off the infantry. Oh, this tank doesn't reach the other tank. Oh my god, if this tank doesn't reach the other tank, I don't like this tank first strike. This tank should be fighting over here. Although, maybe you shouldn't even be fighting over here because the copter gets in here, the anti-air is not in range. Oh, I don't like this attack. Oh no, don't just send that guy forward. Yeah, that's not... I mean, this is okay, I guess. It requires a vehicle to hit it, and these vehicles have other targets. But I think Shu just, like, has a great power. It makes Rishi really sad. Super sad. Captains even have to fight over here. All these really nice tank attacks. Recon did end up getting ignored though. So Rishi has the super down 10 units though. Does pop the super. I was wondering if that was going to happen. I don't think it's good. Because the anti-air has, like, no good targets. I guess it can go after this tank. And Shu won't be able to get a super for the mech strike. Okay. This was just a little sloppy. This guy should definitely come in, kill here. And then this guy from the plains. Okay, I guess we'll just go after the infantry. I mean, that's not so bad. Not hitting from the plains. You kill off that mech. Recon can take out an infantry. Nice. This copter's just unopposed. The fighter V built. I mean, the fighter does actually cover both of these tanks, which I find very cute. Does incentivize not attacking from the planes. Copter gets a smack. I can't reach. Yeah, Shu makes sure to clear out all of the infantry. Oh, did Shu pop the super last turn? What? Wait, what? Oh, that was a bad play. Well, if Shu hadn't used the super last turn, unless I might have missed attacks that required the super, like, desperately. I guess maybe this is mech attack, but we could have had 3 turns of add our normal powers going on here, which I think would have been absolutely backbreaking. The super gave them mech hits. Oh, no anti-air got built to deal with the fighter? Okay. Happy days for Rishi. I mean, I don't think those mech hits were needed. I think if Shu just used the copter over here instead and relied on the normal powers, I think she'd be super dead. But if it was a super for a super, then Rishi's okay. Normal power to kill the anti-air. Okay, but it gets the capture. That's pretty good. What are these tanks doing? What? Okay, so I don't like that. Shu is going to go for these captures, but like these guys are super exposed. Copter just gets picked off by a fighter. Just going to go for that one. I'm fine with that too. Smacketh. Pink Smacketh. Copter just to stay out of the other copter's range. Anti-air copter. I mean, this is looking really good for Rishi now, because the tank health pretty decent, and getting close to that super, and Adder's going to be completely out of charge. Rishi resigns? What? Why? What am I missing? Why does Rishi resign? You're fine. What's going on? The maintenance was about to happen? You're doing great. You're against an adder with no charge left, and you're almost at your super? Fighter completely unopposed when there's choke points that the vehicles have to run through? You didn't want to wait 5 minutes to keep playing? Rishi, though? What? Well, I think it was a pretty good game. Copter's even covering over here, so the tank attacks aren't even good. I think maybe this fighter should have gone after this copter. That's not that big. It just means that, like, center's just, but it's fine. Even Rishi's gotta sleep sometimes. But GG. I think that was a pretty good game. Live games are often very difficult to calculate. So we saw some, I mean, I would think some misplays, but in live, I would say those are just fine plays. Oh, I hope everyone enjoyed the stream. Yeah, GG's to Mr. Shu. I leave you all with an apple. And thanks for watching.
It's Go7, king of the penguins. Of all the penguins, he is king. It's Go7, king of the penguins. Being king of the penguins, that's his